So you've invested millions, maybe even tens of millions of dollars into a brand new enterprise system. The promise, right? It was transformation, efficiency, growth. But what really happens after that big launch party is over? In this explainer, we're going to talk all about how to make sure you actually get the return you were promised from those massive investments.
And this is the question, that so many teams end up asking themselves. The system is up and running, the consultants have packed their bags, but instead of celebrating, there's this growing sense of frustration. The reality just isn't living up to the sales pitch. Does that sound at all familiar?
Well, that feeling? It actually has a name, and understanding it is really the first step to fixing it. So in this first section, let's dive into what's called the post-launch disconnect and figure out what's really causing it. Here it is, post-go-live fatigue. It's that huge gap between what your powerful new system could be doing and what it's actually delivering on a day-to-day basis. And look, it's a super common problem, but that doesn't make it any less damaging to your ROI.
Okay, so what does this fatigue actually look and feel like in your organization? It's not just some vague feeling, right? It usually boils down to three very specific and very common frustrations that we're about to break down one by one.
First up, let's talk about the money. You've already paid a fortune for the system, but now all of a sudden the support costs are just spiraling out of control. Those same partners who helped you build it are now charging an arm and a leg for what feels like pretty basic maintenance.
I mean, does this hit close to home for you? You need one small fix, maybe a minor tweak, and the quote that comes back is just astronomical. It leaves you with these unpredictable, escalating budgets. It's really a classic case of feeling held captive by your own vendor.
The second frustration is all about time. Money is one thing, for sure, but when your entire operation is stalled because you're waiting on a slow support partner, the whole business feels that pain.
And yeah, it often feels exactly like this, doesn't it? Just watching the clock tick by, waiting for days for a simple ticket to get resolved doesn't just kill productivity. It actually makes your own team lose faith in the very system that was supposed to make their lives easier.
And the third major pain point, it's about skills. Your support partner might be a jack of all trades, which sounds good, but when you need a master of one specific complex module, they often come up short. This puzzle visual, it just captures it perfectly. Your system isn't one giant, simple block. It's a collection of all these complex, interlocking parts. And if your partner doesn't have that one specific piece of expertise for, let's say, your advanced payroll module or your supply chain, you just can't move forward. You're completely stuck. But here's the thing. It does not have to be this way. These frustrations, they're just symptoms of a broken model. They're not inevitable. There is a different, a better way to manage all this. And the solution is a strategic shift in how you think, moving away from that single generalist partner to what Intequra calls the managed assurance model. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means you don't have to go find and manage a dozen different vendors yourself. Instead, you have one partner who takes full accountability for finding the right specialists, managing their work, and guaranteeing the results, all while keeping your costs in check. This comparison really lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way. High overheads, limited skills, and you're the one carrying all the risk of managing the vendor. But on the right, with the new model, you get cost-optimized access to a whole global network of specialists, where the assurance partner manages everything, and most importantly, guarantees the outcome. The difference is just night and day. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this all look in practice? Well, it's applied through a dedicated ecosystem that's tailored to your specific enterprise platform. So instead of one generalist trying to cover everything, this InTouch ecosystem brings in the right specialists for the right job. Maybe that's optimizing your SAP backbone, or fixing a really tricky global payroll module in your HCM system, or even just driving better user adoption for your CRM. It's all about precision support for your most critical systems. So you might be thinking, okay, I'm interested. How do we make this shift? Well, the good news is the process is designed to be really straightforward and clear. Let's just quickly walk through the 4 key steps. It all starts with a deep dive analysis to understand exactly what you need. Then, the perfect niche partner is sourced from a global network. Now, crucially, Intequra acts as your project management office to manage that partner and assure quality delivery. And it doesn't just stop there. They provide ongoing oversight to make sure you have long-term success. And you know what? This quote really is the bottom line. It all comes down to accountability. Instead of a bunch of finger pointing between different vendors or consultants, you have one partner whose entire job is to own the problem, manage the solution, and deliver the result. Period. So that really just leaves us with one final question. After all of the investment, all the time, all the effort, are you truly getting everything you can out of your system? If the answer is no, or even maybe, perhaps it's time to rethink your approach to support and assurance. If you're ready to stop the frustration and start realizing the full value of your enterprise systems, you can learn more about the managed assurance model over at Intequra.com, or just get in touch with their team directly at intouch@intequra.com. Thanks for watching.